Hi, Divine Feminines. Let's go ahead. Oh, awesome. I've been shuffling and meditating on the energy. That was the first time that the High Priestess popped out. Oh, now we have the Queen of Cups. You know, I know a lot of us are feeling, let's go ahead and just say hopeful. Okay, a lot of us are feeling in love with something. Okay, with someone. We're just feeling in love from our point of view. You know, there's some of us who are in relationships right now. There's some of us who want to be in relationships. Some of us who are single. Some of us, I know, but like we're all yearning to be with our divine masculine nonetheless. And I just feel like a lot of us are really hopeful right now. You know, we want to say that we're going crazy. We want to say like, what's there to do? What can we do now? 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 And I just wanted this video to be a reminder that you don't always have to be doing something when it means putting in work. You know, if you want to label going on vacation and taking care of yourself as work, so be it. It's harder for you to say you're not working when you're not doing something that's kind of got you going around and around. And what I mean by that is if you don't just take your time to relax, okay, even if you label that work, if you don't take your time to work for yourself, we can kind of we can just get back into a rut and confused of why we're doing this and start superficial beliefs and start spiraling again. And if we agree with this, then that means we're in a good place right now, and we're hopeful and in love because we see the light. We can breathe again. Okay, so whatever we've been doing has been helping, even if we've done nothing. Again, like I've said in previous and many videos, the divine journey for the divine feminine, this is another way how you can pinpoint who you are, is how the divine can carry you through. So not to say that someone's journey is easier than the others. We don't get too much we can't handle. We all have our own path. Some of us have been at our wits' end and still weren't even able to go on a vacation. Those who were able to go on a vacation came back and realized we're still here in this peaceful serenity where we want to be doing. I mean, so everyone's journey is different, but it's all in the same. Now, let's go ahead and give a little shuffle for you gals watching, Divine Feminines. And I just kind of want to get some advice, okay? Some words of encouragement, because I know a lot of us feel like we just want to be married. We want to have our kids. We just ready to be happy. And what we're feeling right now is on the road to success. And I love how a lot of us can feel like we're just, letting things being handed to us sometimes. Or just, you know, feeling all right with what's going on. Breathing, taking care of ourselves to the best of our ability in this moment of rest. Okay, so you guys, let's go ahead and see what we've got for the Divine Feminine. The World card, completing tasks here, goals, mindsets. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from old ways of thinking, old love, old friends, things that were not serving us, that yes, we did submit, we did conform, or we did benefit there at some point, okay? We did offer there at some point. We have the Page of Swords. So with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, as well as completing tasks, as well as being in tune with our emotions and our intuition. Now we have some air energy, some logic here. So we're thinking with our heads and our hearts. We're using chakras, all of the chakras of our body. And we know that that decision was the best, and we're not dwelling in it in emotion. We're moving forward, okay? Moving forward, not moving on necessarily. Take my words very, lightly then. And we understand that we have something to do next. Okay, so we're not dwelling. That's what that tells me so far. Then we have the Hanged Man. Okay, awesome. So we're not dwelling in negative emotion. Okay, that is the bottom of the deck. We're not dwelling in negative emotion. We are trying to find better and new things. Like I said, Divine Feminines, we're feeling hopeful though. Dig into that root. Some of us we're right there at the cliff just to be able to know hope. Because that's what we're needing to know right now. And isn't that so ironic? Isn't it so funny for us right now that that's where we have been really needing to get right now? Everything that's gone on, we can say it was to grab a piece of hope, to grab a little piece of sunshine, to be able to, once we walked away, all those many times we did, okay, after we understand, after we know, after we've done what we needed to do, after we've completed a task, Some of us, that's just the knowing of what's going on, the knowing of why we are on the journey. Why were you selected? Okay, kind of thing. Then to walk away from what not only wasn't serving us because we didn't understand why this journey was for ourselves. So then it's just wasteful wandering is also what this card can, sorry for that, can also be wasteful wandering. And we understand now why we're on this journey. And once you understand something, when there's a new light bulb, you're always to shed your skin. This doesn't even have to be a relationship. This is you. That's even deeper. Shedding of your own skin. Understanding and realizing with knowledge, logic, that you can't beat that. You can't go around it. Having somewhat of a dry standpoint from it, whereas we're just leaving this watery area. You know, if you stay in the water energy too much, that's not good. If you stay in the air energy too much, that's not good. So we're using our skills, and we know that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy of just saying, you know what, this is all the logics, the pros and the cons, basically. And we're moving forward. That is what's going to help us move forward. That person, okay, that parent, it could be that friend, that sibling that deals with their relationships a certain way, could help us, you know, be able to move forward and not necessarily look back and then start to, you know, wasteful wander or become too much in the past that what we were supposed to rid of, okay? You always have to shed your skin when you learn something new. You can keep your assets and what you learn. So say you can preach to someone else and whatever else, you know, lessons can do for you, right? All the things it can. But it's very important. I really like this card after that. I really, really do. The Hanged Man. So we want to stay in positivity. We want to stay in light. We want to keep reaching out. We want to our spirit guides. We want to remain hopeful. We want to remain in positivity because we do know, Divine Feminines, that this is what's going to help us. This is what's going to get us to where we finally want to be. And it's not as painful right now because we are doing good for ourselves. We're smiling more. And for some reason, you know, a lot of us, I know I do, we feel we feel hopeful. It's like, I know we're still anticipating. I know we're saving that placemat at the table type of thing. You know what I mean? But let's just see where that takes us. At the top of the deck, that Five of Cups. Okay, so more energy. So some of us with that placemat setting, I want to say specifically, this is what we're looking at. Because this is what we're looking at. We're looking at that placemat setting. And we're not thinking about what came after when we left. What is supposed to come after when we left. Okay? I believe some of us had a clue. That's what made us hopeful. Okay? And then we prayed about it to get more hopeful because we didn't want to have superficial beliefs. So for someone who's keeping that placemat, for someone who's... what I mean by that is like, it's just you at home, for an example. Maybe you're not in a relationship and you're single. You're eating at the dinner table and you kind of just like put a placemat there for your Divine Masculine or someone who should be there, but they're not. This is what you're doing to yourself. And it says that there's something here that you're supposed to have. And I believe it's with this man that you're wishing for. Some of us are in relationships right now and keeping an open mind elsewhere. And what we have going on is never going to improve. Let's say that. Okay. So regardless of that, let's clarify this World card for the Divine Feminine. Why is the World card here for the Divine Feminine? Spirit, tell us what you want us to know. Why is it here? Why did you give us the World card for the Divine Feminine? Okay, we got the Ace of Swords, and this came out, and I loved it when I said we were coming up with new ways, new hope, newfound ideas. And then the Ace of Swords came up, and I loved it. I wouldn't have preferred it if it was the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card. So that means, some of us could stray from our emotions and go into our head thinking. But again, I love this Page of Swords, but I love it in the order that it's here. So for the World card, it seems that a lot of us got help through an air sign, got help through looking through another chakra instead of just through the heart that's got us drowning in our guilt, in our needy pleasures. And in our worldly things and our worldly ideas, okay? Or just being sad. So we tapped into our logical side here, and we said multiple things. We said multiple things to ourselves, to our friends, to our family, and we lived that way for whether it was a day to a week to a month to a year, and we ended up completing a cycle here and walking away from love, walking away from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, walking away from superficial beliefs, walking away from something that was just there to be pretty and wasn't serving you or someone else at that time. So thank you, hurrah, for that. We also have the Ace of Wands at the top of the deck. So that and I'm going to put that there because the aces really mean something to me here. It means that we weren't staying stagnant. It means that we were open to new ways. I mean, we had to go to the lowest of the low to be able to be so uncomfortable, to get up and change ways. Okay, Divine Feminine. So we also have the King of Swords. So there was really a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this logic. It was like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of being in my heart chakra right now. I need to find another. And the only one other that makes sense, obviously, is my logical mindset. And at the bottom, we have that Five of Cups. We wanted to get rid of that old way. And so we did. We wanted to get rid of just the placemat. Maybe next time we'll just light a candle in their presence or just change it up. We wanted to be able to find a way out, some sort of blessing. You know what I mean? And we got that, okay? As far as all sorts of things here with this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe we found someone new, but this is passion, this is drive, this is determination, this is logical thinking together. Air moves fire, and we're starting to think logical. We're starting to move with great haste. We're starting to get a spring in our step. We're starting to say, oh, I know that. I know why this is, why that was always there, or why I was thinking that, and why I was this. And we're starting to get a lot of downloads, and some of us can become a little weary. So now we have the Eight of Cups. Please tell me why the Eight of Cups is here for the Divine Feminine. But this is another journey that we asked for, and that will take us closer and closer and closer to where we need to be. So don't be afraid of the downloads, okay, of doing what you have to do to get these downloads to reach your ultimate success, because a lot of us think we're very smart and we know everything. How can we be if we just live in the past, right? So this Divine Feminine, and we are moving forward. Why is the Eight of Cups here for the Divine Feminine? That was for someone specific, a few of us. Eight of Cups for the Divine Feminine. Why is it here, Spirit? Okay. Why is the Eight of Cups here for the Divine Feminine, please? Okay, at the top of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles and then the Three of Pentacles from the Eight of Cups. So it looks like we're walking in. Something told us that we need to walk in to a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but nonetheless, some sort of stability in finance, some sort of stability, something that will keep us level grounded and sane. If we're looking for something that we can physically touch, we won't be able to tell ourselves that we're so insane. Some of us have literally set that placemat out, something like that. Or we've gone, somewhat insane in our own mind, as you can be obese at 130 pounds for your body. Does that make sense? So obesity doesn't mean you have to be 600 pounds necessarily, of course. So, all right, come back. What I'm saying is now we've walked away into something that isn't so superficial, but that also can take us down. But we want to make sure that we're doing things the right way. I believe this Divine Feminine knows that, okay, I need something that is physical to touch. And I hope you don't believe that this is what's going to get you the love. As you're holding a cup there, it seems like that's superficial in itself. So when you walk away from something, and especially if you go into the money world, you want to become a manager, you want to become a movie producer or whatever that you want to be, you just want to make sure that your journey still becomes, and your mission is still the one. There's still the one mission, okay? That you don't pick up on any new ideas and money. I think I'm trying to say, like, okay, if we move on and we're like, okay, fuck this, I'm going to go do this and just, and I don't believe it's just do that. I believe you just want to be able to get a hold on things. You want to be able to get a grip on things. And it's obvious that you turn to money. So we just want to make sure that, there's passion, there's logic, there's drive in this, that there's love in this, that you remember where you come from. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's clarify this Page of Swords for the Divine Feminine. Page of Swords for the Divine Feminine. Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here for the Divine Feminine? All right, so we have the Three of Swords. Okay, something about, so we're doing this. I think some of us are working. Okay, then we have the Page of Swords with the Three